Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have a few topics of discussion in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam. So I hope you brought some toast, spread it all over that bitch. Check out this headline: 140.5 million XRP shifted by Ripple and its ODL platform, while XRP sits at 86 cents. You can no longer claim your Spark tokens. If you've not put a claim on your Spark token as of today, it is officially too late. I'll talk a little bit about that. And also, take a look at this headline. This is fascinating. From Cointelegraph, an NFT of the photo that inspired Dogecoin just sold for $4 million. Now, that's absurd. A member of the XRP community who also happens to have a financial background and who has also been in crypto for, I believe, 10 years. I could be mistaken, but I think he'd previously stated he's been in crypto since 2011. Big fan of XRP, though. He's one of the most notable members of the XRP community as far as I'm concerned. He had something to say about this, and in a general sense, why are you treating your money like this? And you'll see. But and it got me thinking, which is why I kind of want to say, what are you going to do with your XRP profits when you get them? Assuming that this all goes like we think and hope it will, XRP Moon. What are we doing with our profits exactly? I'll share with you a few thoughts and would love to hear what you think as well. But I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just a simple little Moon Lambo doing Moon Lambo things all up on the YouTubes. That's all that's going on. It's just a fun little hobby making videos about stuff. And so into this first piece, 140.5 million XRP. You keep seeing these gigantic transactions. There's a reason crypto media keeps highlighting this stuff. It's because there's been an increase in massive quantities of XRP flowing compared to, well, most of the time that I've been in crypto, which is a little over 3.5 years now. You'd see some big transactions from time to time, but I'll tell you, things were a lot different a year ago. Let's just say that. Anyway. As per the tweets posted by the blockchain data provider Whale Alert, over the past 20 hours, Ripple and two other major crypto exchanges in opposite parts of the world pushed a whopping 140.5 million XRP in several transactions. A Whale Alert service that tracks large amounts of cryptocurrencies moved by companies and individuals has tweeted that in the past 20 hours, several large XRP transactions have taken place, initiated by the Ripple blockchain service provider and a couple of large digital trading venues. And in details, in fact, Ripple moved 11.5 million XRP tokens to the BitGo crypto custody wallet that has recently been acquired by Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital Fund. And so that's actually one of the bigger funds in the space. Mike Novogratz, he said some interesting stuff about XRP. He functionally doesn't understand it. I remember talking about it when he made some of these comments. I don't know if it was like a month or two ago at this point because everything freaking blurs together. But he was talking about how he couldn't understand why XRP price was doing what it was doing in the moment. And I'm just sitting there thinking, my gosh, you're one of the most well-known people in the world of crypto. Do you not know at this point? The whole market just kind of moves in tandem. I guess he was trying to figure out if it was like the case that perhaps Ripple, the company, was overvalued and undervalued, and what that might have meant for XRP's price. And I'm like, my man, you're overthinking it. That it doesn't matter in 2021. I get it. You'd think in a rational world, and you'd be right, that fundamentals would matter. We could take a look at what a cryptocurrency is doing and then expect people to invest their money accordingly, but that is not the way it works in 2021. We'll get closer to that as time passes, but even then, markets are markets. They are driven by human psychology, human emotion. They're always going to be. This is true of anything you're going to purchase, including precious metals and stocks. It's not going away. All right, so earlier today, I tweeted out the following. XRP holders, you have 7 hours and 3 minutes to claim your Spark tokens, that's FLR for short, if you've not yet done so. Any unclaimed FLR will be burned. The hard deadline is 6/11/21, June 11, 2021, at 23:59 UTC, and I converted several time zones for you in one of the images below. And so I did want to bring up one thing, because I had a number of people reply, and I appreciate it if you're one of those. Thank you very much for bringing this up. But they said that their understanding was that any unclaimed Spark tokens were going to be redistributed in some capacity. And so what I had shared here, and this is from the XRP Toolkit's website, they wrote right here, at the end of the claim period, all unclaimed Spark tokens will be burned. And so it could be the case that the XRP Toolkit website just doesn't have correct information, in which case we should probably let them know. And so after it was brought to my attention, I did start to think, you know what, that does sound familiar, something to that effect. And I was trying to think back, and I could be wrong, but my brain went here. It's again, fully acknowledge this could be not correct information, but I was thinking that it could have been the case that any XRP that's on exchanges, if that exchange doesn't allow for the airdrop of XRP, that would get reallocated. And I actually tried to look this up for like all of 2 minutes on Flare's official website. I think it's flare.xyz. I think that's their website. Anyway. And then I quickly realized, like, I do not have the time for this right now, because it was written about in their blog section. There's so much information there. It's a wealth of knowledge. So instead, I thought I'd just throw it out there. If anybody knows the actual answer for sure, is XRP Toolkit's website incorrect here, or were the multiple people commenting wrong? I don't know for sure. Either way, I appreciate people bringing it to my attention, because they could very well be right, and maybe it is getting redistributed. Which I wouldn't mind as a somebody who has put the claim on Spark tokens himself. I would not mind if I happen to get even just a little tiny baby boo bit more. I would not mind that. But for anybody that has not claimed, the time has passed. And for those of you that thought that people wouldn't be claiming last minute, let me just tell you this: the world of XRP, the number of XRP holders. There's millions and millions and millions of XRP holders. There's so many that I just thought it's such a huge sample size. You're going to get people that claimed the first moment that they possibly could, and people on the opposite end of the spectrum that would wait till the very last minute. And so that's why I put this out. I was like, I know that there are some people that are procrastinating, and I sort of did too. Like, I was public about that. I mean, I think it was 8 days ago, I finally put a claim on my Spark token, because I was just dreading dealing with it. And I don't want to talk about that again in this video, but I ended up doing it. Everything's fine. I've got all my tokens on the way, assuming I didn't mess it up. I think I'm good, though. I think I'm good. But anyway, I put out one last warning, because I was like, I know there's got to be at least some people that, upon seeing this, might want to take action. And so here was somebody named Elapid, I don't know if that's how it's intended to be pronounced, who responded to my tweet and wrote, "Holy S-word, I was 2 minutes late, but it shows the correct amount of claimed FLR in my Toolkit account. Overview, wonder if I'll get it, ? And I hope he does. Of course I do. I would, man, to be that close and not get it, that would stink. So I really do hope you get it. I'm not optimistic, though. It depends on how Spark is doing this, but when it came to being eligible to receive a Spark token in the first place, they took a snapshot on December 11th or 12th, depending on what part of the world you were in. It was just one snapshot, though. But you had to have your XRP in an eligible spot in order to be able to claim it at that exact moment in time. And so if they took another snapshot, and I don't know for sure if that's exactly what, if they're taking a state of the ledger, that would be my guess, at that exact minute, then what's done is done. If you're a minute late, you lost, unless they're late, but I doubt that they're late. They probably really did take it at that exact moment. So I wouldn't be optimistic, but again, I hope, if you're listening to, I really do hope that you get it. In fact, I'd love to hear how that turns out if you care to share. But there we are. And to tell you what, I went to Flare's Twitter page too, and they didn't mention anything about it. I thought that there would be some sort of update. Hey, it's over. There you go. Just like note it. And no, there is no new tweet here, at least at the time I'm recording this. So there we are. All right, so into this now. To XRP Profits. I'm going to segue into the XRP Profits section. I want to mention this, though. So here's the headline. An NFT of the photo that inspired Dogecoin just sold for $4 million. And there was a bidding war. And so an NFT was minted by a user on May 31st, according to the auction site in which it was sold. The first bid landed on June 8th from a user willing to pay 6.5 Ethereum for the piece. Bidding escalated from there. the winning bid of 1,696.9 ETH, so over $4 million at the time of publication, was wagered on June 11th. So this happened today. That is astonishing and absurd. I don't hate it. It's just ridiculous. I don't hate it. It's just ridiculous. I you know what? Life's a little more fun with a little bit of ridiculous, right? You know, because how do you even define humor? I mean, absurdity, that would be a big part of it, right? That's absurd, that's for sure. And so, XRP community member, this is the gentleman that I was citing at the beginning of my video here, XRP community member Frecky tagged me in the following tweet, and he had this little screen grab with the headline. There's a little Shiba Inu dog. That's a cute little dog. You know me, I love dogs, so got myself my pet peeve, my 6-year-old terrier mix, who is, by the way, at my feet right now under the desk, sleeping up a storm right there. But anyway, so Frecky tweeted out the following and tagged me, wrote, LOL, some people have more money than they know what to do with. He better get a higher bid now than $4 million, LOL. Then again, I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of stupid buyers out there, but hey, art is in the eye of the beholder, right? Still, LOL. Yeah, and I got it. So I saw that and I was laughing. So I responded with not one, not two, but 3 laughy emojis to indicate my seriousness about the laughiness of it. And I simply wrote, this is absurd. And it's funny. Again, I don't hate it. It is absurd, though. And so Frecky responded with the following. And again, mind you, this is a guy who's been in crypto for a decade. And is a longtime XRP holder. I think he's pretty well known in the community. And he wrote the following. It's horrible being a planner, so he means financial planner. It's funny seeing $4 million for something like this. Of course, depends how much money a person has. I guess if they have $100 million, not a huge deal. But if you take $4 million and invest even conservatively, 99% of the people would never have to work again. You could put this in a boring 60-40 with 3% digital asset allocation and clip 10% annualized long-term and do nothing. So he's talking about 10% like every single year. Which, not that it would literally be that things fluctuate, but it average out to that. And then he wrote, literally set it, rebalance, and forget about it. And then he notes that even just 5% on that, I mean, you're talking about $200,000 a year. Like, I think most people would be just fine living on that, right? And so I get it. If you've got $1 bazillion, you're just like, it doesn't matter. You know, it matters as little to somebody that would do that. That matters as little as it would matter to you to walk into your local Walmart, which is a fun thing to do, and purchase a 10-piece package of bologna. Like, that would mean nothing to you, right? Well, if it's like that for this person, then okay, you got more money than you know what to do with, whatever. The money's still out there in the economy. It's not like it's literally wasted, that somebody else is going to have it, and if they're going to invest it, put it somewhere to work, then that benefits the economy wherever it's invested anyway. So it's not a zero-sum game, right? That's why I feel like people, if you're one of the people, by the way, like you think that like rich people are bad and greedy just by default because they have a bunch of money. Like, what do you think? Do you think they're Scrooge McDuck? Like, they have a vault of coins and they swim into it and they're just splish splashing about with their metal coins and not cutting up their body doing so? No, of course not. This is not what people that have a lot of money do. They invest it. And what happens when you invest it? When you invest money in whatever you invested in, it could be in the stock market, whatever, that money goes somewhere. It's put to work. It stimulates the economy. It's not like it's being hid under a mattress or something like that. Although even then, it's your money. I say you can do whatever you want with it. But that's not what people are doing by and large. It really isn't here. And so I'm sitting here thinking about this because for so many people, I think there's going to be tremendously life-changing wealth coming this market cycle for those that hold a sufficient amount of time and for those that have a sufficient quantity of XRP or really even any crypto. And it's an exciting time to be in crypto. It really is. This is a very exciting time to be around, I think. And so I'll just share with you this, like, because of how things have ramped up and how much crypto I own, and I'm not gonna let out too many specifics. I'd just rather not. I don't know if I'll ever change my mind. Probably not, but I don't know, maybe. Like, the majority of my net worth, fairly strong majority, is in crypto, but that's not how it was before the bull run. Like, I was down for most of the last 3.5 years that I've held crypto, but everything's up so much now that things have changed, let's say. And so for me, when I do begin selling some crypto, which I haven't cashed out into United States dollars yet. I'll be happy to share when I do, in case anyone's curious. And I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. I'm again happy to be transparent on that at least. But when I do, like, what I'm going to do is take that and invest it in other stuff. I'm not going to be a Scrooge McDuck swimming around in metal currency. That will not be happening. I can assure you of that. And that being the case, like, understand, I still firmly believe that the crypto asset class is going to be the best performing asset class over the next decade. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't reallocate my overall portfolio just as a human, like, even outside of crypto. Like, I'm talking about diversifying, reducing risk exposure to the crypto asset class, which is wildly volatile, because even though I believe that it's going to go up, I always want to acknowledge that I could be wrong about everything that I think. I absolutely could. And so at some point it feels safer to me to take profit, especially since I'll have an expectation that we're going to have a bubble inflate and then pop, and then everything's going to crash 70, 80, 90+%. I'm still anticipating that will happen. And then I'll reaccumulate when prices back down. But the rest of it, I'd put in, like, all of the profits, I'd put it in, well, a number of things. Not the least of which would be the stock market, right? Pick some index funds and real estate, these types of things, right? Not as exciting as crypto, obviously, and nowhere near as impressive the returns. But there's a little bit more certainty to it, and I understand it. Even in those markets, of course, you can have scary times and think about what happened in 2008 with the housing market, which led to the stock market crash, and all. I get it. All that stuff can still happen. But with crypto, there's excuse me, there's much more unknown, and so that's why I personally would do that. But it's just like when you're talking about this amount of money, my gosh. To this guy or gal, whoever spent the $4 million, good on them. That's fine. I have no beef with this. It sounds ridiculous, but if it's like a tiny percentage of their overall net worth, then who are we to judge? Like, anything way above what you earn, it could sound frivolous, but you got to understand it's all relative. But I think a lot of us are going to be in a position where things that used to seem a bit ridiculous, you can now suddenly afford. And so that's why I'm sharing with you. For me, I'm always going to live, no matter what, substantially beneath my means. That's not going to change. Just because you have the means to buy like a $500 million yacht, maybe you should only buy like a $200 million yacht. You know what I'm saying? So like it's all relative. Like, if you can do that, super duper. But I'm just saying that no matter how much money you have, you don't want to live at the breaking point. You always want to live beneath your means, I think, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing that now, and that's never going to change. But the more money you make, of course, the more you can inflate your lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's always got to be substantially lower than what most people would think is reasonable, because that makes me feel safe. And like, stuff is fun to have, but it's not ultimately where humans derive happiness. Even if they think that's going to bring happiness, it'll be very, very temporary. That doesn't provide the ultimate meaning in life. But yeah, stuff is still fun. I'm not against stuff. Don't get me wrong here. So I'm just thinking here, as all these XRP profits ultimately roll in for people, and hopefully you, hopefully me, hopefully it happens. I'm not going to be spending $4 million on an NFT. I'll tell you that for damn sure. But I will put it in things that make sense to me, and then I'm going to rinse and repeat. Frankly, it's a fun process. There's so much opportunity to be had out there. I'm just not afraid of this stuff here, and I've also only invested more than I'm willing to lose anyway. So there we are. But I'd love to hear what you think. Feel free to drop a comment below. When you don't comment, then I start to think maybe I'm doing something wrong. You don't like me anymore. Why you no talk to me? Drop a comment. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.